The Monday, May 4th, 2015, City of Vandalia Council meeting is now called to order. Are the mics on today?
Yes.
They are? Okay, thank you. We will have a moment of reflection followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you've had an opportunity to review the council study session minutes of April the 20th, the council meeting minutes of April the 20th, and also the council special meeting minutes of April the 20th. Are there any corrections to those or additions? Seeing none, they'll stand approved. This evening, we do have a proclamation for the Bicycle Month, and Chuck Smith is here to accept this. Hi, Chuck.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
As always, this has become a yearly event, and it's always a privilege that we can give you a proclamation. And it says, whereas the month of May of 2015 has been proclaimed National Bike Month, and whereas the bicycle is a viable and environmentally sound form of transportation and an excellent form of recreation, and can be used for commuting, shopping, and errands in lieu of operating a motor vehicle, thereby preserving natural resources and reducing air pollution. And whereas creating bicycle-friendly communities has been shown to improve citizens' health, well-being, and quality of life, to boost the community spirit, to improve traffic safety, and to reduce pollution and congestion. And whereas the City of Vandalia adopted a resolution in 1995 establishing policy on designating, modifying, and maintaining public streets to facilitate bicycle usage. And whereas the City of Vandalia is a bicycle-friendly community and wishes to encourage the use of bicycles as a means of transportation, and whereas it is consistent with the city's high level of environmental consciousness and concern to support and encourage the citizens of Vandalia to consider incorporating bicycling into their lifestyles and daily activities wherever possible. Now, therefore, I, Arlene Setzer, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the City of Vandalia, do hereby proclaim May 2015 as Bicycling Month in Vandalia. Congratulations. And you have this. And would you just, you were just telling me before about how Vandalia has really stepped up to the plate with some of the things that you are now trying to get statewide. Would you like to tell us about that?
Yes, definitely. I do want to mention House Bill 154, which Representative Haney introduced a couple weeks ago. It would do two things. It would require that motorists give us at least 3 feet when passing us, motorists passing cyclists. The second part of that bill would not be needed if every city in Ohio was like Vandalia. The second part permits any vehicle in Ohio to proceed through an intersection after stopping and yielding right-of-way, even when not detected by the device which is supposed to move that light from red to green. In Vandalia, our city engineer several years ago met with me at an intersection, and as I moved my bike around that intersection, he set the detection sensitivity settings so that they would detect me at each point around the intersection, and then he transferred those settings to the rest of the boxes around town. So in Vandalia, those detectors detect bicycles, and that is very, very rare. So Vandalia is a leading city in bicycle friendliness in Ohio, and we certainly appreciate that. And thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. We have no public hearings this evening, and that brings us to comments from interested citizens. So if there's someone who would like to make comments to council, would you please come to the podium, state your name and your address for our records, and give us your comment.
Good evening. I'm Holly Wiggins, 660 Castle Creek Drive. I'm coming tonight to show you a little brochure that I think is at everybody's place. DP&L has kicked off a campaign calling Right Tree, Right Place, which is really to bring attention to citizens and our customers to when they're planting their bushes and their trees, and we're going into the planting season, to think about the utility equipment that's around your home and in your yard. So you need to keep your trees and bushes low enough that if you've got overhead lines, and I know part of the city does, that they don't grow up into the power lines. And if you've got one of the pad mount boxes in your yard, that you don't cover it with bushes. As much as you may not want it in your yard, it is there. And we have the right of way to go in there and bring your power back on when it goes out. I know we've had large outages when some of the storms have come through, especially in our mature neighborhoods, and that's what we're trying to avoid, is that to continually happen. The only way to keep storms from having the effect that they do is by not having the trees and things up in those power lines. There are going to be times that it brings whole poles down, and that's unavoidable. But if we can avoid having these trees, and our guys don't want to come out there and chop the tops off of trees or make a V cut in a tree. It doesn't look good, and we know that, but that's what we have to do in order to maintain the integrity of the line. So what we've done here is we've added a new page to our website, and it's dpandl.com, Right Tree, and that's on the back of the brochure. There's a video on there, and there's information about planting. This brochure is available at area nurseries, the closest one being North Dayton. It's available at Allwood and Cox and Wegerson and Second Street Market. So people can pick these up in and around town as they're shopping and looking at plants. And the biggest thing that we think is helpful on the website and in here is kind of a list of some sample plants that people can put, and it gives you the idea of, okay, your taller stuff has to be way out. Medium-sized stuff you can put near your house, and then if you're under power lines, it gives some samples of trees that won't grow up into the power lines. I've got these available if the city would like to put them out anywhere. I know we're now a Tree City USA, so this kind of matches. A lot of this same information is out on the Arbor Day website, and they do encourage that people try and think about where they're planting. So I'd be happy to provide them with you. Otherwise, please keep this in mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else? Seeing none, we'll go on to the city manager's report this evening, and we have an information item about Shred It Day. Mr. Cruzy?
Well, thank you, Your Honor. Again, the city is once again going to be offering a free shredding event. That's going to be held on Friday, May 15th, from 9 in the morning until noon. It will be held here at the Municipal Building. Again, that's for any paper-type products you might have. Again, we will have staff on hand to help folks unload their vehicles. But unfortunately, unlike last year, there will be no electronic recycling this year. Again, it will be paper products only.
Thank you. Action items, boards and commissions, we have an appointments. Mr. Cruzy?
Yes, again, council has an application from Mr. Mike Flannery requesting appointment to the BZA, and council just previously held a meet and greet with Mr. Flannery during your workshop session.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll move that we approve Mike Flannery's application to the BZA.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve the application of Mr. Mike Flannery to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Are there any comments? It was very nice of him to come in and talk to us. So, seeing none, may I have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Lewis.
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman.
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fars.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and it passes 6-0. Resolutions for this evening. The first one is Resolution 15-R-37. Mr. McDonald, by title only, please.
Resolution 15R37, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a Fourth Amendment to the purchase and sale agreement and an option with respect to Project Lakota for certain land located in Stone Quarry Crossings.
Thank you. Mr. Kruzik?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, representatives from Project Lakota have requested a fourth extension of the due diligence period for the 19.6 acres plus the 5.2 acre option at Stone Quarry Crossings for an additional 120 days until August 31st of 2015. Again, while there has not been any interest in this parcel over the past 11 months, again, the property has been technically off the market during that time because it is under contract with Project Lakota. Again, as part of this project, or as part of this resolution, any future contract extensions as part of this, again, we would have a right of first refusal that would permit the city to continue to market this property to potential businesses and developers. Project Lakota representatives would then have 30 days from the date that the city receives a purchase contract from a third party to commit in writing to purchase the property, and they would then have 60 days to close on the property. And otherwise, the city would be able to terminate the agreement and move forward with selling the property to the third party.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 15-R-37 as read.
Second?
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Forrest, second by Councilman Lewis, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-37. Are there any comments?
Just one, I thought we're handling the amendment well, and I mentioned it to Mr. Shackelford that the idea of the right of first refusal was a good one, and I thought that was taken care of.
Thank
That's all
you.
I have.
Anyone else? Seeing none, may I have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Brusman?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fires?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. Resolution 15-R-38. Mr. McDonald?
Resolution 15R38, a resolution authorizing the city manager to negotiate and enter into a purchase and sales agreement, incentive agreement, and other related documents in connection with the proposed Ohio Medical Transport Project located in Stone Quarry Crossings Development.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Again, this resolution does authorize the manager to enter into a purchase and sale agreement, again, with RC1 Holdings or Ohio Medical Transport for approximately 3 acres plus a 2-acre option in Stone Quarry Crossings. And this is along the north side of Fieldstone Way, just west of the MAC facility. The cost of the land for this project is $40,000 per acre. This resolution also authorizes an incentive agreement that specifies the obligations of each party. Again, Ohio Medical Transport does agree to purchase said property and construct a facility at a cost of $1.12 million to create approximately 45 full-time jobs in 2015 and an additional 30 jobs by 2018, and to maintain a minimum payroll of $1,080,000. Again, the city agrees to submit an EDGE application on their behalf, which we have done, to maintain the property in a community reinvestment area, and also to assist Ohio Medical Transport in obtaining a CRA tax abatement.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 15R38 as read.
Second?
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Gerhart, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-38 as presented. Are there any comments? Seeing none, would you call the roll?
Your Honor, I just did have one comment.
I'm sorry.
We've been negotiating with them on the purchase, and we're planning on moving forward, but I just wanted the council to be aware that for some technical reasons, instead of a 2-acre option, it might just be a 1-acre option. So when the final agreement gets signed, that might be different. What you're proposing, or what you're authorizing tonight, is for the city manager to enter an agreement substantially in the form of what's before you. And I think that's out of all our negotiations, that's the only thing that's really substantially different. But it's still going to be, that would not change the jobs or anything like that. It was just with respect to that option. So I just wanted to make sure council was aware of that.
Thank you very much.
And with that, I'll do the roll. Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yeah.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Brusman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fires?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading. We do have an ordinance in its second reading, and that's 15-07. Mr. McDonald?
1507, an ordinance to rezone the properties located at 3669 Wise Road and 6661 Homestretch Road, parcels numbers B020120